My name is Max Strauss with ProInterviews.org, Facebook.com/ProInterviews, and Twitter.com/ProInterviews. I'd like to welcome you to the interview with Jamaal Jackson. Jamaal attended Delaware State University and was a late-round prospect entering the 2003 NFL Draft. He went undrafted. He signed with the Eagles after the draft and has remained a member of the team since then. He has played and started 72 games at center in his 8-year NFL career. Here's the interview with Jamaal Jackson, and I hope you enjoy the collage also. Make sure to read below for answers to his personal question. How do you connect with your fans?
Right now, I'm just through Twitter and my centerstage.com site. It's up live, but I haven't really given it out to anybody just because it's in its final stages, so it's not quite done yet. But when it's done, I'll probably throw it around on Twitter, and hopefully people can come to the site and follow me there as well. Say that again.
What would your last meal on Earth be?
Last meal on Earth? That would have to be, that's kind of tough, man, because I never really thought about last meal on Earth, but it would have to be something that I'd probably coerce myself in. Probably be like, I'm lactose intolerant, so I'm not really supposed to be eating ice cream, so it'd probably be like a 20-foot bowl of ice cream with just cookie dough and Oreos, all that stuff mixed in. I'm a fat guy, so it'll be something very unhealthy. I'm going out anyway, so I might as well.
What was your high school football experience like?
My first year of organized football was my sophomore year in high school, and I played JV, junior varsity, my sophomore year. And to be honest with you, I didn't even go to high school to play football. My health teacher kind of introduced me to it, and he thought I had good size, and just told me to come try out. And I tried out, and the rest is what they say is history. So it was great. I wouldn't say I had fun because I was still young. I really didn't know what I was doing, but it kind of taught me. It taught me how to work hard at a young age, and how to train in intense weather because it's always hot in Miami. It was a very good teacher, as far as the experience that I've learned as far as football goes.
So why would you attend Delaware State if you are from Miami, Florida?
It was education purposes because, like I said, when I first started out playing, I didn't know anything about. I didn't know anything about obtaining a scholarship, going to school for free, and having the ability to play football that would help you further your education. So I didn't know anything about SAT, ACT. I took that stuff at my senior year, after football season. That shows you how much I was informed, about that. So I was pretty misinformed, and when I first started playing, I just thought maybe it'll just be something to do to just pass the time while I'm in high school. But it manifested into something different, and I was actually kind of good at it. I ended up being the top 5 rated recruit offensive lineman in the state of Florida, and I was a first team All-State, All American. I was all that stuff, but I had no idea I could go and further my education, getting a scholarship. So I fell short of my test scores. I had grades. I wasn't prepared for the test. So my head coach at the time, he was an alumni. He had graduated at Delaware State, and ironically enough, he played center for Del State. So it told me to be a great opportunity to leave the nest, so to speak. I always wanted to get out of the state of Florida and leave Miami, just because I didn't grow up, on South Beach, and it was kind of rough growing up in the neighborhood I grew up in. So I wanted to leave that, and I did. So reasons for me going to Del State.
What's your favorite memory from Del State?
In 2000, we was down to the number one football team in the MEAC that year, which was North Carolina A&T. We was down 18 points with like 4 minutes and 48 seconds to go in like the fourth quarter, and we came back and won. I remember yesterday, man. We literally scored like 21 points in 4 minutes.
What was your draft day experience like?
Nerve-wracking. I mean, I know. I kind of knew I wasn't getting drafted on the first day, but towards the 6th and 7th round, because some teams had me as a 6th round grade. Most of them had me as a 7th round grade, but I mean, it didn't happen. So I beat it by the phone that whole second day, which probably lasted about 86 hours in my mind. And fortunately enough, immediately after the draft ended, I got a call from Juan Castillo, the former offensive line coach, who's now the defensive coordinator. And he asked me, do I want to be an Eagle? And I was like, sure. And, I came up, and so that's that story.
Do you remember your first training camp at all?
Yes, I do. Down in Lehigh, I want to say it had to be probably like the hardest thing I had to do football-wise in my life. Nothing could prepare you for coming to practice or waking up at 7 every morning and going to bed at 11:15. And nothing really prepares you for that, because training camp in the NFL, well, at least how we do training camp with the Eagles, is like one of the hardest. They run one of the hardest camps in the NFL, because it makes you generally prepare for the grind of the season. So I understand his method with that, and that helped. But like I said, it had to be probably like one of the hardest experiences I had to deal with as far as football goes.
How much impact did Hank Fraley have on your career?
Oh, a lot. I mean, I learned how to be a center and a leader of the huddle, a leader of the line. Because of Hank, I just watched him the years that I was there and just tried to take everything I could. Like, I just tried to be a sponge when I was around him. Ask a whole bunch of questions. Just watch him at practice, how he conducted himself, see how he handled himself in the media and in the media rooms, just being vocal. And, he really helped me out a lot. If it wasn't for him, I don't think I would be as successful as I was, playing center. Just because, I had such a great teacher in front of me.
Your first 2 years you were there, you didn't get much playing time. The second year you were there, the Eagles went to the Super Bowl. What do you remember about the Super Bowl?
Just the experience down in Jacksonville. That was the year that we had Terrell Owens, Javon Curse. I mean, it pretty much was an all-star team. I mean, it was that year. It wasn't. Were we gonna win? It was how much we was gonna win by. That's how confident the team was that year. We had a quarterback playing out of his line, Pro Bowl caliber. Of course we had Terrell Owens, then we had Brian Westbrook. Offensive line was gelling. Our defense was amazing. So we had everything going for us that year. I just remember. Every Tuesday and Wednesday, like it was pretty much an off day for us because we was that dynamic.
Do you have a favorite memory with the Eagles throughout your career?
I wouldn't say favorite, but my most memorable moment had to be my first NFL snap, which ironically enough, it happened in a penalty. My first snap under center, I got a false start. The Monday night game against Dallas Cowboys, my first NFL start. Like, we walking up to the line, and I false start. So that's probably like one of the only things that I like remember. Like that always pops out to me when people ask that question, like what are some that are remember most? And like you always remember your first play. First play.
What were you told when you got back into the huddle after that snap?
Oh, man, just relax. You got that one out of the way. You got to pass. So now let's keep moving. So after that, you kind of settle down. You let the goosebumps kind of leave or whatever. The butterflies kind of go away. And in the NFL, that first series is important. And that first series of every game is always nerve-wracking. Because that's when everybody's all anxious. The team trying to feel the other team out. See what they're gonna come with. As far as scheme goes, and it was fun, man. I had a blast.
You have a younger brother, Gervonta, and how often do you talk with him? And what advice do you share with him?
I talk to him a lot. Although he plays on the other side of the ball, he's a defensive lineman. And I just try to tell him, keep his head up because he had a chance, especially with the Eagles. They brought him in the camp, and it didn't work out for him. He got released, so I just told him, you can't give up. And he's been to a couple teams there, down in Detroit, also with not Tampa, but Jacksonville. So he has a little bit of experience with the NFL. So hopefully, you get yourself right and try to get back in it. But I tell him all the time, you just got to keep working. Sooner or later it's gonna pop, and you're gonna be in there for the long haul. So just whenever they call your name and number, you just gotta be ready.
Do you have like a foundation?
Actually, I do. I don't at the time, but I'm trying to develop one. So that's in like the stages right now, and I'm trying to develop a foundation for diabetes awareness. Just because my mom is a diabetic, and I think that's important to kind of get the word out. Help people get their sugar levels monitored and just get tested for it because you never know. One day you can be laying up in a hospital and not knowing why, and that could be the cause of it. So that's one thing that I'm real adamant about, and hopefully I can get it off the ground before the season starts.
Mm-hmm. Will you please reflect on your surprise experience on the TV show The View?
I mean, The View, it was almost an experience, just to see the kids' reaction when we came out. Deshaun, favorite football player, and for him to, give the kids jersey off his back, I think, that was better than any game he could have attended, any prize he could have ever gotten. I mean, because this is his role model. Like, this is a guy that he looks up to, to do with like his favorite football player. So, we're there for support. It was something that when it was presented to us, I jumped at the opportunity because most cases like that they're never heard of. Like it happens, but nobody never talks about it. Nobody never do anything about it. And that was kind of like a feel good moment, but it was also a humbling experience.
If you could describe yourself as any ice cream flavor, what would you be and why?
Any ice cream flavor, what would I be? I would be, oh man. I mean, I'm lactose, but I don't know. I'd probably be some dark skin, so I guess I'll be a chocolate caramel mix. So, I'd be chocolate. I don't know, chocolate with caramel swirls in it. Well, because the exterior, like my arms and the summer, they get real dark. But like the parts that are covered, they're real light. So there you have it.
For someone who wants to play in the NFL, what's the best advice you can give them?
I mean, if you wanna play. Basically, like don't let nothing or no one like tell you what you can't do. because that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a lot of naysayers, especially in this league, because it's always thought that the bigger, stronger, faster player is the guy that's gonna make it in the NFL. Well, that's not necessarily true. So you got guys like Danny Woodhead, Danny Amendola. Like, these are some small guys, like, small schools that are making big impacts. So, it doesn't matter what school you went to or how big or strong you are. You can make it. If you really want to, just put your mind to it, you'll make it.
Thank you so much for your time, Jamaal. I really appreciate it.
All right, no problem, man.
Thank you for listening to the interview with Jamaal Jackson. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you leave your comments and feedback below. Please check out my website, prointerviews.org, for other interviews. Like the Facebook page at facebook.com/prointerviews. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/prointerviews. Subscribe to me on YouTube at youtube.com/prointerviews. Thanks again for listening. Stay tuned for more, and feel free to contact me.